Hey my friends, Doug here. How's everybody doing today? Told you I'd be back. Hey, today I'm going to show you how to get some extra storage space in your shop where you might not think you have the space. I think it's pretty creative. It works for me. I sure hope you guys like it. So, I'm going to do something new. I'm not going to talk much. Let's get into it. And by the way, I'm so glad to see you here. Okay guys, I got this little Delta belt sander sitting here, and I've got a lot of dead space above it. And this is where I want to put a few shelves for storing some of the sanding tools that I use in this area right above the sander. So what we've done here, I've mounted 2 pieces of wood on the back of the base cabinet of the sander, and I'm going to put some unistrut on it, going up to hold some shelves above the sander. So let's get that unistrut on there and we'll get back at it. Okay guys, I looked funny down there on my knees doing this, but I put the 2 pieces of wood on the back so that I could fur the braces away from the sander. Plus I have to be able to open this top and stand it up. And if you don't know what unistrut is, I'll get you guys a close-up of this. It's just a piece of steel, galvanized, with a bunch of elongated holes in it. It is mostly used in commercial construction for hanging things in ceiling and on walls and so on. So now what I'm going to do is build a small 60-inch by 40-inch cabinet unit to bolt onto this, which will sit above the sander here. So let me get at it. There we go guys, got all 8 of those cut. They're 1 and 11/16. Gonna make a box, small box. I'll show you, don't worry. Don't worry, be happy, don't worry. Okay, alright. Hey y'all, a very nice gentleman asked me to show how I made these cabinet pulls like this. This is the template still taped to it at the moment. Everything's just falling apart. Look at this. This is a template. It is 6 inches long at these points, 4 inches long at the sharp points, and this length is irrelevant. I used 1.5 inches. Very little simple 1/4 inch template. Set it on your piece of wood, pretending this is not cut yet. Trace it out on your wood. Go through the bandsaw. And you'll get the rough piece, right? I then drilled 2 holes in the top, countersunk. You want to make certain you drill the holes right here. This is your weak point where your handle could break, the cross grain, right at that point. So, drill your holes through, countersink them. That way, this bolt is too long, obviously. You can countersink your bolt and mount it onto your door front. Okay? Oh gosh, the phone. Hold on, guys. Before you cut the 2 points, mark the center on the board on the side where you can see it constantly. Go to your sander. Hope you like my sound effects. Till you get the 2 points. You can do that by hand. You can do that rough little angle if you'd like on the bandsaw. or you can just do it on the sander. And you'll have that I ought to watch this, make sure it's showing up. You'll have that point. And I know this thing's dusty as all hilts. After you bolt it on, with your bolt coming through, tighten down. Whatever size plug you drilled the hole for, put your wooden plug in, cut it off, sand it down. Before you mount it, round over your corners. Hand sand it is sufficient. Put your plug in, sand it down smooth. Apply your finish, or your final coat of finish if you put finish on it before you mounted it. The ones I put on were spray lacquer. A lot of people say spray lacquer doesn't hold up well, but I think they've been there coming up on about 18 years now. Anyway, real simple handle to make. Hope y'all give it a try. Makes a pretty cool looking wooden cabinet pull. Okay. Hey guys, I got to cut a bunch of more plywood there, some 12-inch strips for the rest of the box and the shelves in the back, and then start screwing it all together. I won't make you watch me cut all that or screw it all together, so let me get to work on it. Alright guys, I got the two boards mounted, just one-sided at the moment, and I'll show you why. They're screwed to the unistrut. See if this thing can see in there. There we go. Alright, now I've got to bolt the cabinet through the inside of the steel and bolt it to the steel. Then I'll wrap the other three sides with the oak. Hey guys, been working on the ladder by myself, so I really couldn't shoot the video, but I showed you all the unistrut beams that I put, and I went ahead and completely wrapped them with the oak, so now they just look like two wooden poles sticking up in the back, and you don't see the unistrut inside. And here you go guys, I got the box sitting up on top of it now, and I've got to put a little trim on it. Not going to do anything too fancy. It's just a way to put a storage shelf above a tool to make use of that space. So, let me get a little simple trim made. Not. Okay, my friends, I put a little walnut trim around the bottom of it, right here. And a little walnut trim around the top of it, right here. Now I gotta cut a little more molding and I'll get right back with you. Hey guys, okay, I'm sanding up to 1200 only because of the resin. With the wood it would normally be 500, maybe 800 pushing my luck, but because of the resin I'm going to hit them with 1200 before I round the corners. So wanted to let y'all know. There we go guys, got those end trims clamped on and it's coming along real nice. In case y'all were wondering about these little gripper edge clamps, they work wonderful. Really like them. Well made, and they're from Rockler is where I got them. Hey, you missed a spot. Here we go, guys. It's all finished. I haven't loaded it up yet. I wanted to show it to you without all my goodies on it. What I've basically done here is there's dead space above certain tools that you use where you can add extra storage room. So I wanted to give you a look-see at it. Here we go. You can have a little closer look-see at it. They're all adjustable shelves. Little crown mold along the top. And as you saw, I made a little fancy molding to run on the edges of it using that walnut, yellow heart, and a green resin. And it is supported by those two beams, which are on the back of the sander and out of the way. Where I'm still using the sander, I can still raise the cover on the sander very easily to change the belt. That remote hanging there, I used to keep laying on top of the sander. Now I can hang it under it, which keeps it from vibrating off the sander. That's the remote that turns on the dust collector back there. Here we go. On the back, as y'all saw, I put that wooden blocks to my cabinet my sander is sitting on. Put those unistrut steel beams in there, and then I encase them with some just simple 3/4 inch red oak. Those black strips you see on the bottom of the beams there are pieces of aluminum that I had some cut-offs of, using them as some little corner guards. And I've got some empty wall space back here where I can put some pegboard to hang some things or store them if I need to. And I've got, let me see if I can back up here and show you, still easily a 48 inch walkthrough to get to the drawers and to access the bags for the dust collection system. So I haven't taken up any more space in my shop at all, but yet I've got 60 inches by 48 inches by 12 inches deep of extra storage space. And on top of that, this is where I do my resin casting and my sanding with my fest tools, and it keeps all the things I need to use right at my fingertips. So there you go. Here's that sander. It's a Delta sideways belt sander. It came on a metal stand. Great little sander. It's their industrial model, and I just made a wooden stand for it. Took the roller that the Delta sander box came with and built my wooden base to fit it so I could still use the roller. Added a couple of pieces of small pegboard on the sides to hold my accessories. Had that there for a long time, and that's about all that was taking up that space. Now I've made use of the space above it by installing this cabinet, and it is 60 inches by 48 inches by 12 inches deep. And I'm going to be able to keep all my Festool sandpapers, my Fest tools, my buffers, my buffing pads, and all that stuff right at hands reach where I use them instead of having to run around and get to them, which frees up a couple of drawers that I needed for some of my resin casting molds. After a while you start running out of space for things, no matter how big or small your shop is. And the power for this tool, since it's in the middle of the room, is coming through the ceiling there and hanging down on SO cord. Oop, got dark on me. And I have a disconnect or a male and female plug-in connected together where I can disconnect it easily. There's the back side again. Alrighty guys, and here's everything I want to keep up there for right now. My buffing pads and my buffers, my Festools that I use on a daily basis, and the Festool sandpapers. Turn right around where I'm working and there they are. Everything out of arm's reach. The way these work, guys, you just pull your jar out. Store whatever you want to store in there. I'm going to be storing some parts for my resin work. And they snap in. One little snap. The way they hook on the clipboard. They have these clips on the back that attach. And they just hook right in place. Use what you want to use. Have a drink. And put them back. Real neat. I like them. They're clear. You can see what you've got stored in them. They also have labels for them. It doesn't come with them, but you can get them and they go on right here on the front, or make your own, whichever you like. This is SmartJar. This is their website. You can also get them on Amazon. So, wanted to let you guys know how to get smart with your jars. There you go, guys. Hey again, my friends. By the way, did y'all notice my subliminal message here? I'm sorry. I was laughing about that earlier. So, hey, I hope y'all like that idea. Like I was saying, if you have any tool that you only need to get to one side of it, like my sander or a joiner or a router, a lathe, any tool where you work from one side and you've got it out in the middle of an open area and you want to create some more storage space, that's how you can put some storage space above a tool and get some more use out of it. Of course, you don't have to make it as simple as mine. You could fancy it up. Oh, my friends, I hope y'all can appreciate me. I really do. I don't know why. I can't just do a simple box or a drawer or something. I gotta make it fancy. But the practical, I better button up. I might get y'all excited here. Jeez, I didn't even notice. Sorry, guys. Being unprofessional there. To get some storage above a space. Like I said, no matter what it is, if it's just sitting out there in the open area and you need more space, or you're working on the router table and you have to go across the room to the counter to get your bits, build yourself a little storage shelf above the table where you can store the bits. Same for the sander. You don't need to store too many things above a joiner to use a joiner, or even a sander for that matter. Now a lathe you sure do. You can store all kind of your lathe tools in hand's reach right above your lathe. But I think you can come up with your own thoughts on what you could do with the idea. But I sure hope you guys like it. and you find some use for it. If you did, I'd be honored if you'd subscribe. I truly would. At least hit the like button or the don't like button if you have to. And again, I thank you. I thank you so much for watching. I've got several other videos I'm working on at the moment. So I'm going to get back to those, guys. And y'all have a great day. Be safe. And I'll be seeing you in a little bit. Excuse me, got a frog in my throat again here. Right? Y'all have fun, my friends. And I'll see you in a little bit. Bye now.